Civil society organization, the Conti Libepe Foundation, has written to President Cyril Ramaphosa to request that he institute a special investigation unit investigation into personal protective equipment contracts issued by the Limpopo Health Department. The foundation alleges that it has received evidence of impropriety in the awarding of the tenders. In Gauteng, the ANC says they are continuously working on combating corruption in the government, but political analyst Levy Ndou is not so convinced. He joins us now via Skype to talk about corruption during COVID-19 times. Mr. Ndou, thank you so much for making the time. Do you think President Ramaphosa has been clear enough on COVID-19 corruption?
Good afternoon to you, Desiree. Good afternoon to the viewers at home. Well, I think the President has got a number of issues that he has to prioritize. I think top on his priority list is to ensure that lives of citizens are actually safe. And there are these other issues that are coming alongside the project of saving lives in South Africa, and which is that of corruption. And the corruption tendencies in South Africa has a potential to divert the focus on the real issues that South Africa and the government has to focus on, and that is of saving lives. It is quite difficult to just act on rumors and allegations. And most people would say they would love to be given sufficient or fair time to actually point their side of the story, so that whatever decision that the president or government has to take is supposed to be based on the correct information that is available at their disposal. But given the current situation, anything is possible because there's an emergence of providing PPEs, and obviously some of the rules are being banned or they are not being followed, and other people seem to have found a way to practice corrupt activities, and government and the president actually have to act on those individuals.
Why do you say it's rumors and allegations when, for argument's sake, in a province like Gauteng, it has been determined that more than 90 companies that were either in the process of getting these tenders or had applied are questionable? Already there are red flags there. And the one big thing that South Africans have been asking to see is arrests and convictions. Why aren't we seeing this?
We need to be very, very careful even though corruption is very, very serious, we need to be very careful to quickly come into conclusions that certain individuals are wrong. What we have now is that there is a huge possibility of corrupt activities, and that is why the ANC and government in Gauteng have actually started taking steps. But what is a big possibility is that based on the high demand of PPEs and based on the fact that there was an agency in the purchase of some of these products, there is a possibility that there might have been corrupt activities having taken place. What I think should happen is to ensure that the law enforcement agencies should actually come in and sufficient information be provided by those that are involved in the process, so that when they act, they should actually act based on the sufficient information that is available. What I expect is what the ANC in Gauteng has done, to say that if there are certain individuals that seem to have been involved in these corrupt activities, which is actually an issue that is of utmost concern to the public, the ruling party should lead in ensuring that those people are brought to book, and also to send a message that the ANC is actually very serious about the fight against corruption. And I think the ANC in Gauteng took a very, very good decision. But government also as well, and in particular, our law enforcement agencies should actually move faster as well to ensure that those that might have participated in wrongdoings in government should actually be brought to book as a matter of urgency.
Do we know why the law enforcement agencies are virtually mum on these developments?
I think we can only speculate. Firstly, Desiree, people that participate in corrupt activities are also very clever because they know that they might get arrested. And what they will do is that they will do their best to cover their trails. But also at the same time, our law enforcement agencies in South Africa have a reputation of doing things very, very slowly, especially when it comes to corruption. We're not hearing corruption now with the purchase of PPEs. There has been a lot of corrupt activities that has happened in the past, and we never heard of arrests. Few years ago, the government of Limpopo collapsed because money was misappropriated. How many people got arrested? We have got the Zondo Commission that is running, and they're talking about corrupt activities that happened 4, 6, 8 years back. Nothing has actually happened. So there is this element in South Africa that when it comes to corrupt activities, our law enforcement agencies have not been performing to the satisfaction of the general population.
During the week, Finance Minister Tito Mboweni mooted something of the sort of a centralizing of the procurement system for PPEs. Do you think this could provide a deterrent to corruption?
It will actually depend on the actual end product. There is an emergency that health workers should actually get these PPEs. If we have to open schools, the delivery of PPEs have to be done as fast as possible. And if you then centralize, will that actually be done in a manner that ordinary people or people that are quite very far in the remote areas of the Republic will then be able to get these PPEs? But if it is done in the interest of everybody, in ensuring that there is no corruption, and also done efficiently to an extent that everybody will, at the end of the day, get access to these PPEs, that might be a good move. But that also says that it's a motion of no confidence to those that are running provinces and those that are running government entities at local level. And that message says there is too much corruption at local level, there is too much corruption at provincial level, and that's why this responsibility has to be taken by national government. And for me, if I am responsible or given a responsibility in a province, I would not actually move proudly, because I would also be appointed as an official who is corrupt, and hence the responsibility has to be taken away from me because I'm actually a corrupt individual.
What is the way forward? There was a fierce battle on social media on Friday between the general public and the African National Congress, whose members, some felt it was unfair to direct all of this at the African National Congress. Is the African National Congress being unfairly targeted or blamed for these levels of corruption and services not getting to the intended parties?
The leniency on corruption by the ANC would attract this kind of criticism. It is the ANC that would actually move very slowly on its members and leaders who are implicated in corrupt activities. It is the ANC that would mobilize its members to go and arrange a rally before a court appearance of a leader of the ANC. It is the ANC that has got an integrity commission that moves very slowly on matters relating to corruption. It is the ANC that has reinstated the implicated VBS officials back into the ANC. It is the ANC that is running this republic, and obviously, ordinary people, when they see corruption, they would love to see the ANC as the leader of society and the leader of government, acting very fast and very swiftly, harshly on those that are seen to be corrupt. And I think Gauteng ANC has actually started to take a lead in actually ensuring that those that seem to be tainted in corrupt activities are actually put aside, they step down, and all necessary processes has to be followed. Another aspect, Desiree, is that corruption is not only happening in government. Ever since we had COVID-19, we've heard of a number of businesses that have inflated prices. And we also need to see swift action being taken against those businesses, even though in some instances that has actually started happening. But lastly, it is about us as citizens. What is it that we're actually doing to ensure that these corrupt activities do not happen? Why do we have public servants that participate in corrupt activities and they continue to serve the same public sector continuously whilst nothing is actually happening? So apart from the ANC, we also have to take the blame and say, what is it that we're actually doing to ensure that things get much better and better?
Let's thank you so much for talking to us today.
You're welcome.
Levy Ndou is a political analyst in a